So, when people look up the Bluehost Black Friday deal, they usually get hit with a wall of coupon sites, old codes, and stuff that hasn't worked for years. And that's exactly why most people think Bluehost barely discounts anything. But the wild thing is that the only discount that actually works isn't even shown on the homepage. It's tucked away behind a couple of clicks, and unless you go all the way through the setup path, you never see the real number. So, let me explain how this works because once you understand the flow, it's actually really simple. Now, Bluehost does advertise Black Friday pricing, and yeah, the numbers look solid at first glance. But those are just the surface level offers. What actually matters is what happens when you select a plan and go all the way to checkout. That's where Bluehost applies the real discount automatically, and it's the part almost no one shows because they never click far enough to trigger it. The homepage is basically a preview. Checkout is the actual deal. And here's the part most people miss. The biggest savings don't show up until Bluehost calculates the full term cost. If you're just looking at the monthly number on the plan selection page, you're not seeing the true pricing. The checkout page applies every available reduction: the free domain, the first year discount, the hosting reduction, and the service adjustments. And that's when the deal finally makes sense. It ends up being cheaper than what most coupon sites claim to offer, even though none of their codes work. This is also why people get confused and think Bluehost doesn't have a real Black Friday deal. They click around the surface pages, don't see a huge slash, and assume that's it. But Bluehost structures the actual savings in a way where you only see the full breakdown at checkout. It's their way of showing everything at once instead of scattering numbers across different screens. And honestly, it makes the decision way easier, because you see the real total, not the marketing teaser. Another thing worth knowing is how the longer terms work. Bluehost doesn't push a bunch of gimmicks. The deeper discount simply locks in when you choose a longer plan. It's the straightforward way to get the lowest cost per month without jumping through hoops or entering anything. You just have to make it to checkout to see the real savings. If you want to see the only Bluehost Black Friday discount that actually works, there's a link in the description that applies it automatically at checkout. And if you want more content like this, you're welcome to subscribe, and giving the video a quick thumbs up really helps support the channel.